Yeah, we bought this creature about a year ago and it was a disaster. She faintly resembled a car and begged us to leave her at the scrapyard, but we refused. And just look what we managed to make of it. So we stripped it down to the bare minimum. We needed to build this car from the ground up, no compromises. The body was destroyed by rust almost everywhere. Some of the scars were masked with a lot of filler, and with every step we realized it would be easier to leave it as is and build another car from scratch. But the stripping process was genuinely fun and interesting. When we removed the botched crooked roof, the car transformed into a really nice mini truck, something Jeep-like. It looked more aggressive and got us excited about the work ahead, but we had to give the car one final ride in this state before we tore it apart completely. We had so much fun driving around the neighborhood, yeah. To make the build more convenient, we had to fabricate the right tools. Rotating body stands. It didn't take much time, we just took two jacks and modified them slightly. Just look at these, I don't even know what we would do without them. The next task, the fight with rust, began. There was no turning back.
No time to lay it down directly, hold me where to go from the sky and from the ground.
But meanwhile, We needed to sort out one issue. The stock suspension is unique, old and rare, we know, but we are building this car for ourselves, and we want a bit more comfort. We also desperately want to make this car wider. This way it will look genuinely unique, gain more stability and get a lower center of gravity. We also want to widen the track and move the front axle forward so it looks even more aggressive. We decided to leave the front suspension almost stock. We just cut the front torsion body in half and added a 10 cm piece in between. But then we realized that moving it forward made it interfere with the gearbox. Not a problem, we cut a piece from this spot and the issue was solved. Here you can see the new configuration of the front beam. Once we were happy with the result, we welded metal to the worn-out axle and sent it to the machine shop. But here's the thing, recently we loaded the car with about 500 kilos of scrap metal, which we went to drop off, and we noticed that even in this overloaded state, the rear torsion suspension tried to smash our spines. It rode extremely harshly, and we had to do something about it. And you could already see the major flaw of the stock torsion setup. It is rigidly connected to the body, which means there are no damping connections to soak up hard hits from the wheels. It doesn't just reduce comfort, it eliminates it entirely. So we came up with the idea of swapping it for a regular torsion beam from a front-wheel drive car. This solution is extremely simple, reliable and easy to install. It will also act as a sway bar, which should add stability because originally this car had 4 fully independent wheels, and this beam won't stop us from enjoying the 4x4 on this car. Let's see what we got. Here you can see how far we moved the front assembly outward and forward. For the rear beam we made these beefy mounting points. Well, we attached the front wheel, just look at how far it sticks out past the body line. I definitely like it. It's hard to tell from the front view, but it looks amazing. And here is a quick test fit of a possible future wheel arch shape. We also want heavy-duty side steps because the car is going to be quite tall. Now you can see the fully refurbished front assembly. It takes some skill to set both wheels to equal height, because the torsion bars have a specific number of inner and outer splines, so you can adjust the right height quite precisely. The rear beam had to be married to the original mounting points of the portal hubs, and it wasn't a hard task. But first we need to make the top mounting point for the springs. Of course, we removed a few more pieces of rust, but please check out the rotating stance once more. It looked like some kind of sorcery to us. At first we wanted to use regular studs, but when we measured everything, we realized these barrel springs fit here extremely elegantly. It was a no-brainer.
Like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue. They change, but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but delightful to live through.
The result speaks for itself. It looks really nice and strong. This should add plus 25 points to comfort, because this beam has rubber bushings that damp hard hits and road vibration.
Just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear.
The funniest part was testing the rear suspension. We temporarily welded some bars to the floor and jumped a little. Now you can see the difference. The front had no engine at the moment and was super stiff. My father weighs about 90 kilos and couldn't make it budge. But the rear was pleasantly soft. Exactly what we wanted, just a bit of comfort. It's worth mentioning that it didn't affect the ground clearance. Yes, it was oddly satisfying to jump on it like a trampoline. I think it's the best upgrade to this car yet. After our thorough testing, we moved on to the top mountings. The assembly turned out extremely compact and functional. We also added mounting points for the bump stops, and they can be swapped easily.
tears fall, they run down, there is pain. Hey, there's flowers tonight, flowers tonight. La 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 la. Flowers tonight.
As promised, we cut the side panels so the body could be widened by 10 centimeters, 5 centimeters a side. Now we can build the new shape for the body with new metal. The fuel tank. Since we don't need that much fuel in the car, we cut the tank in half so it takes up less space and weight to compensate for the added gas cylinder. As you can see, more pieces of the frame were built. It was so nice to see fresh metal here. At this point, we decided to add heavy-duty nerf bars and make them adjustable. Since we were already here, why not? This won't affect the rigidity of the structure.
I wanna know your dark side. I wanna know your secret. Wait for you, wait for me. Tell me more than just
The rear part of the frame was extremely flimsy, so we cut it out and made it a little stronger. And our dog helps us at every stage of this project. Doesn't it look nice? Since we are making not only a wider, but also a longer version of this car, the side panels needed a lot of work to make them 10 centimeters longer, and the rusty spots were cut out and replaced with fresh metal. We liked the factory idea of embedded toolboxes in this car, so we just improved it by making them bigger, so they could hold more of the important stuff, a battery and a compressor, for example. My dad likes to make everything accessible and easy to maintain, which is why we went to the trouble of adding an inspection hatch underneath. For the compressor, we want to make an outlet so we can attach a regular air hose for tire inflation. We haven't seen this done before, and it should definitely come in handy. The refurbished side panels found their place and are ready to be welded, but in the next episode. That's the way the piston turns.